The entire philosophy by which venture capital and Silicon Valley and technology and innovation works is being challenged. And one of the things that I want to integrate into this new discussion is this concept of zebras over unicorns. And this is a really interesting and fun way to look at the shift in mentality, because it's become kind of a trope, a cliche in Silicon Valley that we're looking for unicorns, that we are funding 100 little companies because one of them will be that rare, special, magical thing, the unicorn company. And what does a unicorn company do? If you find this magical creature, you pump it up as quickly as you can, you do as much damage as you can, you displace other industries, you try to get an algorithm to help you figure out what is the quickest way to get the biggest user base possible. And we don't care what the impacts of that are. We just want to build this up, scale it up, and sell it. You sell it as quickly as you can. You exit at 10 or 100 times the investment that you put in. That has been an ethic that has informed the entire way we've oriented technology in this amazing age. And it's had really, really mixed results. And so this group of thinkers is saying, we don't need more unicorns, we need zebras. And what is the difference between the unicorns and zebras? There's a few differences. One is that zebras are black and white. They can make money, but they can also provide value and build communities and help the systems that they encounter. Another is that they travel in packs. You're not looking for the one lone unicorn. Zebras are herd animals that help each other. But the biggest difference between unicorns and zebras is that zebras actually exist. The point at Bitstrips where I had the most to do with the company was when we were building an educational version of Bitstrips. You know, like a lot of internet companies, we built this fun, make your own cartoon, make your own comic thing. We didn't know what the hell to do with it. And we had a lot of people coming to the website to use it, but making money off of it was, what do we do with this traffic? And the first way we were able to make money off of it was wonderful. The Ontario School Board was looking for a comic-making educational software. And so we made an educational version of Bitstrips. And we didn't know much about education, but we knew about building a community. So we adapted the software in a way that if you were a grade 4 French teacher, you could make a lesson and you would tag it grade 4 French teacher, grade 4 French. And other grade 4 French teachers could say, is there anything here for me? And then they would get 100 lessons that other teachers made. And then they could adapt them and share them with each other and comment on the lessons that they made. And we were getting feedback from teachers, and I was the liaison with the teachers saying, I have a student in my class who has a behavioral problem who never puts his hand up in class and is just disruptive. There's that word again, disruption. But as soon as we got them in touch with this comic making tool, they've been telling stories about their life. They don't feel comfortable talking in class, but they feel comfortable using this. And we had autistic kids who were doing this. We could watch the traffic and see that they were using it on their own outside of school hours, weekends and evenings. And it was available throughout the province, and 99% of schools were using it every day. Huge success. And it was profitable in a modest way. And the point of departure I had with the company is I felt strongly that this is a wonderful business. Let's just hire a sales team and let's sell this to schools around the world. Let's just go through, and it turned out to be very difficult because other places don't license software at a provincial level. They do it like school by school or board by board. So suddenly we have this problem for a very small company. Are we going to hire like dozens of salespeople and we're out of our element with this? And the team decided, well, we would rather make a Facebook app and just try to get as biggest user base possible, making a more entertaining version of this. And I thought they were totally wrong, and they weren't. If the point was to have a profitable business, they totally were right, and I was totally wrong. They basically divested from the educational project, and then I got another job at the CBC, and things just played out, and I was the beneficiary of their good judgment. So it's not to say anything poorly about their decision making, which was right, but when it was all said and done, Snapchat acquired Bitstrips. And they said, well, we don't want to be in the educational software business in the province of Ontario. And they shut down Bitstrips. And the teachers and the students were saying, oh my, this is terrible. We use this every day. And so that the world could have a fun emoji app, really, I think at this point, there were millions of students who lost a very valuable educational resource. So what's better in the long run? What does the market forces actually dictate? I think that educational software company, if that had been the decision, had just as much possibility of making money every year for years and years and years. I don't know if it ever would have been as much money as Snapchat paid for the company. It might have been more. It might have been much less. But there's absolutely human agency where we can say, what do we want it to be? What do we want it to be? And if my colleagues wanted to run an educational software company indefinitely, I think that would have been better for the world. I don't fault them for their decisions. And I benefited from them. But it was a lesson to me about there is no one organic, natural path that things have to take.